Today it's new X time again. New firmware 3, version 3 is out now, and yeah, let's have a look at it. The NUX MG-30 is a budget modeling unit which features nice amp sounds and also, well, I would say really high-class effects quality, and recently got a new firmware, version 3, and one amp model was added, which is the model of the PV5150, which many people seem to be waiting for. So I've installed the firmware now, and let me open the editor for you. So there it is, and I've created one sound with the new 6505 or 5150 model, and that is the sound. A little bit dark here, sorry. By the way, the guitar I'm playing is the Harley Benton Fusion 3 guitar. Yeah, everything's stock. Got a lot of these, I love them. Please check out my videos about that guitar. But back to the NUX. So as you can see here, the effects chain, I'm currently using a gate, noise gate, which is needed. As you can hear, if I turn it off, suddenly we have background noise, although it's not that loud in this case. I'm using an effects block, the Tube Screamer model here, and let's raise the drive a little bit. Let's see what that does. Because one trick with that is if you raise the drive a little bit, sometimes you get this nice edge. If you want a chugging sound, I recommend to use a little bit of drive, at least. Most people set it like drive at 0, level and max, and tone and max, but yeah, try it if you add a little bit of drive. Okay, the amp, here are the settings, which look quite drastic, but we'll come back to that in a second. I'm using a Owenhammer IR, which I imported, an equalizer, and currently nice damp reverb, dark sounding reverb. This is I don't know if it's new, I think so, because I had to install the new editor. And here you can basically, I think you can control the min and max values of the volume pedal, if I'm not mistaken. So let's turn off the EQ and let's see how that sounds. The PV has the real amp, which I own, by the way, so I know how it sounds. It has really pronounced upper mids around, I would say around 1.6K, and usually it's a little bit too much for me. I know people like it when chugging, they like these frequencies around 2K, but they're just percussive. So if you want fluid lead playing, where you can hear the notes clearly, I tend to roll that back a little bit, that area. And I did that with the EQ here. So as you can see here, it's a little bit rolled back. And we can also try out how it sounds with a stock IR. So let's choose a classic Marshall 1960. Maybe turn off the EQ. Sounds also okay, but I think I would have to adjust my amp sound way more, or at least different. Here I'm hearing a little bit of too much of this annoying high end, at least for my taste. By the way, if you're dialing out some highs, then usually one trick is to compensate that by dialing out also some lows, so that you get a more even sound, if that makes sense. So let's raise the overall volume. What I usually do with the real amp, most of the time I'm using the first channel, which is called Crunch, I think. It's not the high gain channel. I'm boosting it with a tube screamer, and I roll off the mids completely to get rid of this annoying upper mid range. But the real amp has a lot of bass. The reason why I set the masters so high here is because if I raise the level here, it tended to get a little bit flubby. But now it sounds okay for me. I think this amp model sounds great. And I don't know, I heard people saying that it sounds flubby. So let's turn off the boost. Maybe it's the case that they turned off the gain too much. Okay. Yeah, if you use a lot of gain, you have to dial back the bias, the bass, and indeed it's very flubby then. So I have to say, the amp by itself, it doesn't sound like the real amp, and it doesn't behave like that. Sorry to say that. To me it feels more like a dual rectifier, which I also own, which tends to get flubby like this if you use it without a boost. The thing with the 6505 is it has lots of bass, but it doesn't get flubby. So yeah, I think maybe if you boost it here, you will get the best results, and I definitely recommend it. So hope this helps you to get the best out of this new amp model. Post your comments below, subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Goodbye.